Welcome to the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series round 22 at Texas. Starting on the pole today is going to be Danny Wells, and alongside him is Connor Breton. Third is Andrew Schwartz. Fourth is Josh Courier, and fifth is Timmy Pacioli. Now here's just your starting lineup: Justin Perry, CJ Sorensen, Zach Buchanan, Cole Freilich, Brendan Cargo, Joseph Bryant, Ziggy Bain, Phil Jones, Sean Galligan, Jake Rogers, Sean Henley, Trenton Jump, John Dillon, Matthew McMurray, Christopher Blake, Evan Earnhardt, Wes McCall, Seth Cole, Ryan Acosta, Greg Jones, Christian Janes, Bill Raymond, Stephen Dillon, Mitch Speed, Kenny Murray, Jake Baskinger, Hunter Stone, Courtney Simpson, Julian Ortiz, Chris Summers, Justin Muse, Kyle Smith, Garrett Jones, Randy Carpenter, Greg Brown, Kurt Kozlowski, and rounding out the field, Gino Harvey. Alright, this is going to be a 34-lap race here today at the 1.5 mile quad oval, I guess you could call it, Texas track, as we will get the cars rolling off. And we will get a flyby right now as the field rolls off. 42 cars getting set for this 34, I think, lap race, maybe 33. Just a quick check. Yep, it'll be a 34 lap race today with Danny Wells on the pole. Danny comes into this race 34th in the standings. Not mathematically eliminated just yet, but he has to be perfect from here on out and has to have Galligan finish last every race. Same goes for Schwartz. As the green flag waves and we're racing here at Texas, Danny Wells leads him off into turn one. And whoa, they almost made it 3 wide there for a second. The temperatures today are just ridiculous. It's 110 degrees, but we have 30-mile-an-hour winds. So it's going to be really interesting to see what this race is going to end up being like today. They come through the quad oval for the first time. Somehow they kept it together. As now Schwartz goes out to the lead, the driver that has to be perfect and has to have Galligan have extremely bad finishes. And oh, wreck! Henley's around. I see more cars stacking in. I don't know who else is involved, but I know I saw Henley. Galligan, the point leader's in this. John Dillon, second in the standings, is also involved. Harvey, Muse. I think Stone was involved. Acosta, Brown, Kurt Kozlowski. That's incredible. The 2-point leaders are involved in a wreck, and they're wrecking after the caution flag. Who is that back there? We see more wrecking back here. I believe it might have been Kyle Smith. No, it was Josh Courier and I believe Randy Carpenter. Wow. What a lap that was. Oh, they're taking pit stops now. This is just going to be insane. Let's see what happened. Alright, here's what happened. This is... wow. That's all I can say is wow. Oh, I see what happened here. Okay, so, I mean, these guys are wrecking, but we got to show you what else happened. I mean, this is just massive right here. Look at all these guys coming into this wreck, and we're going to get a flyby of all the cars wrecking there, and wow. That's just the only word you can describe this with is wow. That's just ridiculous. Alright, here, this is a completely different thing that happened to Galligan. Okay, so he was actually the first one around, and that's probably what caused this. Okay, this is probably our best view we get. Watch the 24 on the outside there. And, yeah, we have a pretty decent shot here, but yeah, you see the smoke, and yeah, this is a really bad view. And boom, hard in the inside wall there. High speeds too, no safer barrier on that inside wall as well. And I believe Harvey might have hit him after. Oh, Harvey hit him pretty hard there. And yeah, I think, is that smoke coming from Galligan? Smoke is coming from Galligan's car, and that means he is done. The point leader is done for the day. I think John might be done. Well, he doesn't have smoke coming out of the car, but he has some pretty bad damage. Kurt pushing Galligan back. All right, let's get back to the green. All right, we're back, and yep, we said pit stops would happen under caution. Play strategy here because they seem to run out with about 3 or 4 to go, and when caution came out there on about lap 3. So let's see what, how they're going to restart here. Restarting on points is going to be Timmy Pacioli. Lining up second is CJ, third Freilich, fourth Phil Jones, fifth is Connor Breton. Then we got Matthew McMurray, Jake Rogers, Julian Ortiz, Kurt Keselowski, and Andrew Schwartz rounds out the top 10. As Baskinger is still coming out of the pits, John Dillon's still in this race. And we know for a fact that the 24 is done. Let's see where he's going to finish. 40th. That is going to absolutely kill him in the standings. Sean Galligan came into this race 19th. First in the standings, 19 points off the point lead. Wow, I just cannot talk in this race. All right, he's first in the standings, 19 points ahead of John. John wrecked as well, which is going to allow Ziggy Bain, but I'm pretty sure I saw Bain further back there too. Let's just make sure they survive this before we check in on drivers deep in the field. Alright, yeah, they made it. So, Ziggy Bain, he's deep in the field. And now we see John Dillon sliding back more. He and Henley both having bad runs, and this is going to really help out CJ again. He's going to have another shot at this championship. He had a slump for a few races, but now with a lot of the point leaders having terrible runs. And oh, trouble! I saw somebody go around. I don't know who it was, but I believe it was a yellow car. Who is it? Yes, it is Mitch Speed. Speed has hit the inside wall, winning it back to the line. That was, oh my gosh. And oh, Phil Jones hit the wall after the caution. Did he wreck? No, he didn't, but he hit the wall very hard there. Wow. The wind is really pushing these cars, actually, though. So, I mean, yeah, they're really fast, but if you mess with the aerodynamics on these things, it's really going to hurt them. And Mitch Speed, he can tell you about that. And we forgot to show Josh Courier's accident after the caution, so we're going to show that with the Mitch Speed replay here. Well, we thought it was a yellow car, and we were right. It was Mitch Speed that went around in this. And actually, Kenny Murray and Greg Jones got together further up, and I'm not sure if Kenny ran into any trouble. No. Oh, Greg hit the wall, which he bounced off and hit Mitch, and Mitch goes spinning down the back stretch. He just barely kisses the inside wall there. He's definitely going to be okay. I mean, he's going to lose positions, but at least he's not done for this race. And, alright, let's get Josh Courier's wreck. Whoa. Freilich almost got turned by Pacioli into CJ, and that would have really affected the championship. Alright, let's see what happened to Courier on the first caution. Alright, after the first caution of the day, I know we are under our second caution for replays, but Brendan Cargo, I don't know what is up with him, but he just runs into the back of the two and then turns Ziggy Bain. Ziggy Bain, a championship contender, and then Courier overturns and just wrecks, basically. And that actually did hurt Ziggy Bain, and that's why he was so far back. So that really shook it up early, and that was under our first caution, like we've mentioned. But yeah, let's get back to the restart. We're back, about to take the green. Here's how they look. Restarting on points is going to be Matthew McMurray, then Andrew Schwartz, Timmy Pacioli, Danny Wells, Joseph Bryant, Kurt Keselowski, Evan Earnhardt, Seth Cole, Julian Ortiz, and Jake Rogers. And one thing we have to mention, like we said earlier, well, we were starting to talk about it, and then I yelled trouble because Mitch Speed went around. Right now, mathematically, Schwartz is now done. He cannot win the championship because he had to win this race and have Galligan finish last to remain in the championship mathematical shot. And yeah, Galligan's wrecked and he's going to finish 40th. Even if Schwartz leads every lap from here, you don't get bonus points for leading laps. And he will I mean, he can win this race and lead every single lap, dominate. It won't matter, though, because he cannot make up 44 points in this race, and he has to make up 44 in every single race from here on out. So, I mean, yeah, we knew realistically he was done, but we just wanted to prove this mathematically that he is out of the championship. And now Kurt Keselowski, a driver that we've mentioned, he can go for broke. I mean, he has a ride with the 43 for next season. He is last in the standings, and I mean, you can't get worse than last. He's mathematically done. His season's just been a nightmare, really, is the best word you can describe it with, and he can just go all out, like he said. As they come out at 2, I mean, that wind is really pushing these guys far up the track. And we saw a blue car really get shoved down to the inside, and it was Randy Carpenter. Thought that there was Ziggy Bain there for a second. So you see a flyby of the cars rolling through the short chute there on the quad oval. There's Courtney Simpson. I'm not sure why she's so far back, but she is really in the back of the pack. Not sure why. And there's a lot of shuffling going around right here. And Justin Perry on the apron, almost wrecked. That was really close there. As now Danny Wells goes to the point. And there's Kurt Keselowski. We've been talking about him. He can go for broke. He has nothing to lose. And here he comes. It's a little bit early to talk about him winning this race, but because we're only going to be halfway when they cross the line this time by. But Kurt has gone to the lead. Evan Earnhardt trying to make the pass. Let's get a flyby of them going off into turn 1 here. And there's the second pack of cars. There's the third pack. And there you go. Joseph Bryan, as we were doing that flyby, he has now gone to the lead. And now Jake Rogers is going to take it. Let's check on the back of the pack here. See how everybody's running. Looks like we're staying pretty clean right now. That could change right here. Is there 3 wide? Keselowski. Wow, that was close. We will have 2 Keselowskis in the series next season. Kurt Keselowski and his son, Carter Keselowski. They will be racing again. Carter hasn't raced since season 1, round 3. So, let's hope he's good when he comes back and isn't unexperienced. But we've seen rookies run really good, so I don't see why it'd be much different. Alright. There's Baskinger way in the back, the Daytona 500 winner, not having as good of a season now. He right now is running 16th in the standings. Here comes Schwartz, though, trying to get around Danny Wells. 2 drivers that are mathematically eliminated now. They can go for broke. And look at this pack back here. Trenton Jump, Matthew McMurray, championship contenders. Car goes into the wall. This could cause a wreck. Jumps right back, and Matthew McMurray gets turned. They save it. How on earth did Matthew save that car from getting wrecked? Nobody will ever know, I swear. That was ridiculous. He comes into this race 12th in the standings. He's more than a race out of the championship now. I'm just blown away he saved that. That is truly amazing. Cargo driving up alongside of him. Not sure if he gave him a little love tap there, saying sorry, because he was kind of the one that put him in that situation. But as now the battle for the lead is heating up, because Joseph Bryan trying to get around Danny Wells. Joseph is going to be back in the next season. He is signed on to the 25 team in Hendrick Motorsports. Alright, let's see if they're racing as aggressive as they were a few seconds ago when Matthew almost got wrecked. Looks like they're running a little bit cleaner now. There they go. They're still leaning on each other. Stephen Dillon and Randy Carpenter. They somehow did not reckon that. Is now Freilich and Matthew McMurray contact. Somehow didn't wreck. They are leaving us with a lot of questions today. How are these guys not wrecking? Bryant's on his lid. And oh man, mixed speed Garrett Jones, a bunch of drivers slamming into this wreck. Oh my gosh, everybody's wrecking. Many cars on their lids. This is the most vicious wreck we've ever seen. Simpson gets rear-ended. Oh my gosh. That was insane. Who was all involved in that? I'm pretty sure everybody was besides maybe the top 5. Oh my gosh. Ziggy Bain involved, Schwartz. Oh man, let's see what happened. Oh man, this just boggles my mind right now. These guys went 3 wide, Bryant ended up on his lid. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. Until now. Look at that vicious hit by Joseph Bryant. I just really hope he's okay. That was the most vicious wreck we've ever seen in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. I mean, that just is mind-boggling. Like I said, that is just wow. Alright, let's get a helicopter's view of this, because this is going to be ridiculous. Alright, we will get a flyby of these guys wrecking. Okay. Oh, no, it looks like this is going to be a little bit off, but look at all these guys just slamming into this. Yeah, we're a little bit too far ahead here. Yeah, we're going to miss this one. Oh, okay. So, we will get it to this. We'll get a flyby and back this up. Watch all these guys come slamming into this. I mean, the hits these guys have taken in this wreck is just unreal. Look at all these guys just come charging in full speed, hard into everybody. That's just a mess. I mean, right here, this is where it gets the worst. I mean, here, look at all those guys over there. They are all upside down. I mean, wow, that's just incredible. That is the worst wreck we've ever seen, and more than likely we will ever see in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. I'm just still blown away. John Dillon, Ziggy Bain, Matthew McMurray. I mean, the championship, who knows who it's going to go to now? I mean, every single championship contender is involved in a wreck now. I mean, the only drivers left. Oh, this is actually going to really play into Christopher Blake's hands. Came into this race 8th in points, 67 points out of the point lead. This could help him. But, I mean, that's just terrible with these guys' hard hits. I mean, we're not even going to get an onboard with Joseph because who knows what his conditions are right now. I mean, I just really hope he's okay. Yeah, alright, let's get back to the restart. Alright, we are a bit too late here, sorry, and whoa! Yeah, we were going to get a top 10 here before the green, but Blake stacks him up behind. There's not many drivers left to stack up, but yeah, the last driver in this race is Jake Baskinger. He's 10th. I just still cannot believe the hits those guys took. We would try to get onboards there, but half the cameras went out, and it wouldn't even be worth it. And plus, who knows the conditions of some of those drivers involved in that, because that was just a wicked hit by all those guys. And Seth Cole leads it. Evan Earnhardt charging hard with 6 laps remaining. Who's going to win this race? None of these guys left in this except for Christopher Blake are running for a championship. Him and Rogers got together, and that almost caused a wreck. As long as you're still in this race, you're going to finish in the top 10, so, I mean, you don't need to run too hard. I wouldn't try to overdo this because you don't want to turn a top 10 run either way into a, I mean, the worst you're going to finish is 10th, but you still, what I'm trying to get at here is don't race too hard. Because at worst, you're going to finish 10th. If you race too hard, you're going to wreck hard and hurt yourself, and you're still going to finish 10th. And look out, Evan Earnhardt with his CCS, number 38. He's in the 12 in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. In the CCS, he's the 38, and almost wrecked that 38 there. And look at this, Zach Buchanan. He has now gone to the point, and can he win it? 4 laps to go, Pacioli gets into him. They almost wrecked. I thought I heard scraping further back. I guess they didn't wreck. I think they might have scraped the wall as Pacioli, he brought out, oh, wait a minute. No, never mind. I was going to say he brought up the first caution, but I don't know what I was thinking. All right, here comes Julian Ortiz. And Blake is leaning on Buchanan. And Buchanan got into the wall. He saved it, though. This is old school racing at Bristol. These guys are getting into each other, putting themselves in the wall. Racing like maniacs is really the best word we can use for that. And they're single file up here, and it's a good thing they are racing single file, because if they were racing 3 wide like they were before, who knows who could get wrecked. The wind speeds, I mean, the conditions of this race, I'm just amazed. 110 degrees here today, yet 30-mile-an-hour winds. So it's just crazy. Here comes Pacioli, this time by it's the white flag. Who's going to win it? Julian Ortiz on the outside. Pacioli trying to get around him on the inside, and he's going to take it. Christopher Blake trying to help his championship as they come out of 2. Ortiz, if he's going to make the move, he's got to make it quick. And he's not making it yet. I think we're setting up for another photo finish. Julian tried to go inside, but he's not going to have enough momentum. Timmy Pacioli is going to win it today at Texas. Pacioli wins it today at Texas. And where is he in the standings? Coming into this race, Timmy was 28th. Of all the drivers up in the first part of the point standings wrecking. I'm not saying he's a championship contender, but I'm saying he could be within the top 15 with how ridiculous this finishing order is going to be. Yeah, if you're some of those other guys, you might just want to close your eyes here in the results. So, yeah, let's see what the finishing order looks like. All right, here's the results for today's race. And, you know, Joseph Bryant's crash, how hard of a hit he took. He said he was knocked unconscious, and what the reporters are saying right now is he will not be able to race for the rest of the season. And Joseph, who came into this race, he was mathematically eliminated, so it's not going to hurt his championship, but, I mean, physically, that's just got to be so painful. I mean, that was just ridiculous how hard of a hit that 25 took. And the driver replacing the 25 is going to be Dion Petty. They already have a backup driver. For this entire season, we've had some backup drivers being able to replace others if they either get replaced in this series or if they just, you know, get injured or something. Ziggy Bain ends up 17th, a championship contender. Galligan 40th, a championship contender. Wow. I mean, that's the only word, like I said before, that you can describe this race with, is just wow. John Dillon, 22nd, a championship contender. Garrett Jones ends up 28th. That's going to, I think, keep him mathematically still in this, but I'm not sure. James, he might still be mathematically in, but I'm not 100% on that either. Yeah, James should be. He came into this race 15th in the standings. He'll be mathematically in this, I'm pretty sure, but I still just can't believe that wreck. And in honor of Joseph Bryant, I mean, we know he has a pulse right now, and he is okay, but he's unconscious. And our hopes and prayers go out to the entire Bryant family, and let's hope he gets better. So, CJ Sorensen ends up 12th. Baskinger was 1 lap down in 10th. Evan Earnhardt 6th. Christopher Blake, that could help out his championship bid. Julian Ortiz, should be interesting with Carter Keselowski getting into the series next season, because him and Julian have a history in the Craftsman Car Series. So that should be interesting to see how that works out. And yeah, after probably the craziest race of the season, Pacioli will not be celebrating. He will you know, he'll be happy for this win, but he will not be doing any burnouts in honor of Joseph.